can we talk? I've had such a terrible week.
Yeah, sure. What's going on?
Well, like I've told you, I have all of these people that I have to take care of, and I have 4 people that I have to meet with this week. And then on top of that, I have these 2 projects that I'm working on. Mm-hmm. And this other girl that I work with, she doesn't even have half as much that I have to do. But yeah, are you looking at your phone?
Yeah, but I'm listening.
Wait a minute, you're not listening, you're looking at your phone. What did I just say?
You have issues with work, and one of your coworkers is being mean?
No, that's not all I said, and you would know that if you were listening. But this is what you always do. You don't listen.
Okay,
you
that's
never
not
listen.
Fair. I was listening. I'm listening now. Is that okay?
No, it's not okay. You know what? Whatever.
Oh my God.
Hey. Can we talk? I'm having such a bad week.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I have all of these people that I'm responsible for. And then I have 4 people that I have to meet with this week. And on top of that, I have 3 projects that I have to do. And this other girl has not as much to do.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yeah.
Can I say something?
Okay.
I don't think you're doing this on purpose, but when you pull your phone out when I'm trying to talk to you, it really makes me feel like you don't really care what I have to say.
Oh, no, I'm not trying to communicate that. You actually just reminded me that I have this really important work email that I needed to check on. But I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Okay, well next time if you have a work email, could you let me know or something? Or wait until after we're done talking to check?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go on with what you're saying.
Okay, so anyway, there's this other girl.
Hey guys, welcome to our inaugural segment of Can We Start Over? This is something where we are going to present a typical fight or argument that couples get into, and then we're going to replace that with a healthier alternative conversation that could be had, and then we're going to provide a little extra commentary. So with that, Megan, do you want to talk about that last Can We Start Over?
Yeah, sure. So I think probably all of us have had moments with technology, cell phones, whatever, getting in the way and causing arguments. Mm-hmm. We definitely have, even on the flip side of me, but I think stereotypically we think of the man not paying attention. Sorry. True. Yeah. So what we want to look at is the first time that we had the conversation that turned into a fight the wrong way. What I was doing was I was using criticism pretty immediately. Mm-hmm. I said, this is what you always do, and you never listen.
Right, which then kind of put me in a defensive state without her knowing what was really going through my head. And I mean, I shouldn't have necessarily done that, but at the same time, it could have been approached a different way, I think.
Right, and we didn't really show him getting super defensive. We wanted to focus more on one person so that we could highlight things. But in a typical fight like that, it would just divulge into one attack against the other, kind of one-upping the next person and getting really far away from what the actual issue is, but more importantly, farther away from each other, which is the absolute opposite of what you want in that situation.
Right, because little fights like that are always going to happen, but through those little fights, you have the opportunity to actually feel heard, each of you, and then you become closer in the end. Right,
absolutely. Because criticism, which is what I was doing, and plenty of people do in that situation, when you feel like your feelings are hurt, it's aimed at a person's personality and not their behavior. So that was problem number 1, is that I started attacking his character instead of addressing the behavior. So in that situation, then the first thing that I had to do in the second video, where I was trying to do things correctly, and if you notice, I kind of paused a second before I said anything to you, and that was on purpose, because in real life, there are plenty of times, no offense, that I have to literally take a few breaths, and I have to just calm a second and I have to tell myself, did he mean to do that maliciously? And 90% of the time, it's no. So I have to be able to take a few breaths to be able to have some compassion for you in that situation.
Right.
Instead of just attacking you and getting all of my feelings into like a bundle of nastiness. So if you notice, I took a breath and then I kind of led with, I don't think that you meant it this way, which is how I really say things a lot of the time to you when I'm upset about something, because I try to remind myself, I don't think that you would intentionally try to hurt me or try to be malicious, right?
Well, and I think that that's really important to remember, giving yourself a little bit of extra time and space, because your brain has to come up with other thoughts. The first thought is going to be like, how could you do this to me? Like, you're being offensive, whatever. But then just Megan being able to take that breath gave her brain time to come up with, well, maybe there's some other reason, and I think that kind of helped you be able to talk to me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it helped me remember to not expect the worst from you. And I think when you get used to reacting immediately when your partner does something that's frustrating and just turning it into an instant character assault or criticism of them, then you didn't give your brain space to calm down enough to be able to get to that next level where you're actually able to be compassionate. Because what you don't want to do, which we all have done this and we do this, where we do get into that criticism state, and then it's like midway through, you feel bad about it. But at this point, it's like you just kind of want to win because you're almost embarrassed. So you drag this thing out and it's heading nowhere and you know it, but like, one of you just has to be willing to back down. Like, we don't even want to get in that situation because it's ridiculous. That fight that you saw earlier probably would have led to that couple like not talking for several hours, going back and forth, just like ruining your day, your night. I mean, it's not worth it.
Right, or worse, turning into resentment that lasts a long time and
and just builds and builds and builds. Now, obviously, if this is not something you do on a regular basis where you're comfortable with talking to your partner about how you feel, then you're going to have a lot of resentment built up, which is a totally different conversation that we'll have later. But just remember that criticism is aimed at a person's personality, and we want it to be aimed at the behavior in a respectful way, while remembering that this person, hopefully, if they're a good person to you, they care about you and they're not just trying to make you really, really upset for no reason. And
they're wanting to apologize and get back to the conversation to make you feel heard and make you feel appreciated and all that kind of stuff. So,
absolutely. So we hope this was helpful, and we're going to do more of these. So keep checking it out and follow us on Instagram and YouTube, Married to Social Work.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.